Smokey. What's up, man?
Great timing, man.
What do you got here?
The fella who sent this, he's from California, and he has 10,000 boxes of cereal.
What did he send us, do you think, or why did he send it?
Me being a collector myself, it's probably something that he's got doubles of.
Okay.
I love this part right here because it's the unknown. This is what it's all about, man. Oh, my God,
man.
dude, look at that.
Dude, that's a beautiful old box of Wheaties.
It says that you can enjoy it with milk, obviously, or cream and fruit.
Did you notice, too, it says ready to eat?
Back then, just about everything needed to be prepared. This is towards the beginning of prepackaged foods. Early cereals had to be soaked overnight because they were so hard. Get it ready now.
Get it ready now.
You can have it in the morning, you know? Luckily, they figured out how to make it a lot easier. Wheaties was actually invented by accident. In 1921, a health clinician in Minneapolis was mixing bran gruel for his patients when he spilled some onto a hot stove. When the gruel sizzled into a crispy flake, history was made, and Wheaties were born.
All right, so here's our date, 1947.
General Mills, dude.
So 72 years old.
Breakfast of Champions, which has been their slogan for a long time. I love it.
Wheaties' association with sports began when they sponsored baseball radio broadcasts. Then came the genius idea to market the cereal as fuel for greatness with the slogan, Breakfast of Champions. The first great sports figure to be featured was Lou Gehrig in 1934, though he was on the back of the box, not the front. Wheaties didn't start placing athletes on the front until 1958 with decathlon gold medalist Bob Richards. From that point on, it's a who's who of sports greatest, including Michael Jordan, who has been on the front of the box a total of 18 times. This is pure America in a box.
But the whole point for us is to see if it stood the test of time, if we can still eat this product. But as I was looking at this, man, you see that's a perfectly round little hole there?
Yeah.
A round hole was never good. So that means little bugs got in here.
Okay.
Weevils.
Right.
And weevils are these tiny little beetles that just can't resist dried foods. They create byproducts, let's call it. You know, the excrement. There's probably some dead bugs in here. Carcasses, poop, all the good stuff. Man, that looks a little weird. Almost worst case scenario for sure.
I mean, there's giant holes.
Peppered.
Yeah, peppered is the correct word. These things went to town.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, it's rough.
I mean, it just kind of smells like my uncle's hunting cabin, but it doesn't look bad. Look, the flakes are still flaky.
It looks like Wheaties.
I haven't seen a weevil. They've come and gone.
I'm not seeing any carcasses, man. I think they dry up, obviously, when they die.
This one has a bug hole in it. And this one's got
You're gonna pick out all the bug holes. I don't think it's gonna happen today.
Are you gonna have some?
Yeah, I mean, this is 72-year-old cereal. We could possibly set a record for the oldest cereal ever eaten, period. It's not exactly gonna be a pleasant experience, I doubt, but I still wanna give it a try.
Tension is palpable.
I don't know. It's a little salty. I think that's the poop.
I mean, it's not great.
It's sour as hell.
It tastes 72 years old.
It tastes like it smells, yes.
When I breathe, I can feel the old coming through my nose.
Yep.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm gonna get sick. I don't taste any bug, but is it weird that I want another spoonful? If I poured some milk in there right now, would you have another bite? It was meant to be with milk.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. We've got some milk.
All right. Here we go. Oh my gosh.
No way.
That's not bad.
Get out of here.
Something happens with that milk.
Yes.
It does kind of wash off the weirdness. It's different, right?
You add milk, that tastes like a box of Wheaties. That tastes what we remember as a kid. Dude, that was awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, we're 72 years in, and it's still enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
It definitely stood the test of time. It's a badge of honor.
A badge of honor, exactly, a badge of honor.
It's pretty special.
Would you like me to sing the jingle for you?
No. I'm just saying.
What's up, man?
I've got something here that I think you're gonna enjoy.
What's the deal? Where'd it come from?
I got a good buddy, Rick, that sent me this. He's a Marine from South Carolina.
Oh, cool.
So Rick told me that he had this in a trunk in his basement, and he stumbled across it because he was getting ready to move.
It says, food packet, long-range patrol, beef with rice menu number 4. I know you love your military rations.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing, man. I got into this wanting to connect a little bit more with my grandpa. He was military through and through, to the core. He passed away, unfortunately, but I still get to make that connection through the food. To try the exact same meal that they would have had. It definitely makes you gain respect for the men that had to eat these.
100%.
This one's probably 72 to 75, right towards the tail end of the Vietnam War.
Oh, wow.
Developed in 1964 for Vietnam Special Ops troops, the LRP, or LRP, is the longest-running military ration still in existence today, in large part due to their extremely long shelf life.
Created as a lightweight alternative to heavy canned wet rations, the freeze-dried meal could easily be carried on foot for long distances and wouldn't spoil when exposed to heat.
They came in 8 varieties, and because they're freeze-dried, they preserve their vitamins, colors, and taste. You know that old adage, an army marches on its stomach?
Of course, yeah.
It's very true. This ration is designed for guys that were on long-range reconnaissance patrols. These were the guys that were going behind enemy lines to gather recon and get out. Gotcha. I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere. They're cut off from their supplies. They have to carry everything they need with them. And that jungle heat was brutal. So think about it. How are you going to survive without prepackaged food like this? Man, I've seen a lot of these, and honestly, rarely are they still good. From my experience, maybe 25% of them are still edible. And I can't tell you how long I've been looking for one of these that's held up. This is in the early stages of vacuum sealing the freeze-dried food. The packaging just doesn't hold up that well. I want to find that one that I open up and it's just perfect.
See this lamination? The packaging is really worn in these corners.
That's a bad sign. That means that that's been exposed to heat at some point, and not just a little bit, enough to make packaging start to break down. We're not going to know till we get inside.
Let's rip it up.
Let's see what we got going on. It's like opening a Christmas present. We have a cocoa beverage powder.
Okay.
Underneath the flap right here, we got us a sugar cream.
Ah, cream
for your
substitute.
coffee.
Okay.
And Maxwell House brand coffee. 1 cup serving.
That's awesome.
Not really. Look, like everything else is pretty camouflaged.
Totally.
Except this bright red and yellow packaging, right? And the last thing we have is the toilet paper that they supply you with. That's all you get for the day.
You gotta be a one-wipe Charlie with these bad boys.
This is the main item we're looking at, though. Beef and rice that's 45 years old.
All right.
Hopefully we can eat this one.
Let's do it.
Yep, I could hear that.
So that's good.
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
a good thing.
All right.
It's dry. It looks good so far.
Then I'm gonna get some water.
Those guys that were in the long-range patrol units, if you can't stop and boil the water, I've heard they'd put room temperature water in that bag, rolled it up, put it in their side pocket. And while you're marching, your food's rehydrating in your pants leg. That is super clever. All right, it looks like it's about ready. Looks not so appetizing, right?
You know, this is from the early 1970s, so we're looking at something that's 45 years old.
That smells, yep. It's got a fishy smell to it. One of the things that I really think is important is by doing this, you get to really connect to how they were having to live through the wars.
If there's anything that makes me feel like I can put myself in their shoes for 1 millisecond of that war, this is a one-of-a-kind experience I will never forget.
Here we go.
Tastes like really bad buffet beef stroganoff.
Exactly.
Right?
I don't think it's bad, man.
No, the beef tastes like the plainest hamburger you ever had.
Cheap meat.
Cheap meat.
Super cheap.
It's very high in sodium. You can taste the salt in there. The rice is non-existent.
It's bland because they made it that way. So just about anybody could eat it.
Clearly, that is a meal getting calories into a soldier.
Who would ever think, though, that you could eat beef and rice from the Vietnam era? We got to literally experience that history through 1 bite of food.
Yeah.
finally get to check this one off my list.
It's about time.
And the freeze drying process, this time, it worked.
I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Of the paper bags, this is by far the best one I've had. I think we could eat this whole thing.
Yeah.